Stanleys were pretty basic, but pretty fast cars, especially the non-condensing cars. If you look on that poster up there, you'll see that's the Rocket. That went 127 miles an hour in 1906.
Down on Ormond Beach.
Ormond Beach,
right?
Florida. Yeah, yeah. It's a.
And that was steam powered.
That was steam powered. Yeah, it was a Stanley steam car.
Pretty wild looking body.
The body is actually two canoes, one on top of the other. That's what they did for aerodynamics in the early days. You kind of, well, water canoe seems pretty quick through the water, and
it worked.
Air and water, and not, you know, it's kind of, you're still carving through both of them, and it actually worked. That thing, it was the fastest car in the
127 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Well, this one looks like a racer itself.
Yeah, this is a 1906 Vanderbilt Cup car. I put the headlights on it to make it street legal, and I put a battery. Normally it'd be gas lamps. The rest are gas lamps. This has electric lights. But it's what they call a 20-horse model, which is deceiving because horsepower and steam is a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like much.
This is basically a hot water heater. Let's see.
How do we do this?
This is a very sophisticated
those are nice. That is
piece
very
of
sophisticated.
equipment.
Yes.
You hold that.
Got it.
Let me lift up the hood, and you'll see where to put that. Okay, let's slide it in here.
Slide it in.
No, open it up.
Open it up. Open up.
Okay.
Oh, but of course.
There you go.
That's absolutely ingenious, I
And then
must
you
say.
open your chimney.
This would be asbestos, of course.
You see, it is asbestos. We get this from old schools.
They have a lot of it.
Actually, it was asbestos originally. Now it's just, that furnace insulation stuff. It's whatever the replacement for asbestos is, and it works fine. This is your water tank here. And you measure how much power you get on a steamer by how big the boiler is.
Okay. And
23 inch, this is the biggest boiler, as you can see. It's pretty good size. In fact, we can light it off. Let me see if I got any water in here. I got a little bit of water, sure. These are your fuel pumps and your water pumps. See, I just
give them a
little shot here. Fill this with this. Your steam oil goes here because obviously water is not a particularly good lubricant.
Yeah.
So what you do is you got your 600 weight steam oil, which is like molasses, and you put that in there.
Threaded there.
And
there.
And every time your piston goes up, you got that.
I got it. Yeah.
Every time your piston goes back and forward, it shoots a little dollop of steam oil.
Which is what's lubricating the pistons there.
Yeah. I'm just filling this with oil so it'll coming out of there. Yeah. Continue to lubricate. Rather messy business. Just put a little steam oil on everything.
Steam oil. It's another kind of oxymoron. Steam oil.
Yeah.
And the batteries there for your lights.
Yeah, batteries just for the lights.
And this is your fuel tank.
This is your fuel tank from here to here.
Yeah.
And this is your pilot fuel. You have two fuels.
Okay.
One for the pilot.
Okay.
And then one for. See, I run this one on kerosene. So kerosene you have to have really hot before it will ignite. So what the pilot does is preheat it. You keep everything warm. So when the fuel comes down through. In fact, if we look, I'll show you right over here. Let me go. This kind of explains how it works.
That looks like the London Underground.
It does look like the London Underground. I see you have pressure tanks. You have air in one tank and fuel in the other tank. I'll show you those two tanks over there. And you pump them up, and as you go down the road, it's constantly pumping air into this tank, which forces the fuel through. But this is your basic layout of a Stanley steamer. Although it is basically pretty simple, it's still pretty sophisticated, as you can see. A lot of tubing. Stanleys are basically tinkerers cars. Everything is, you kind of go like that.
It's kind of close enough type.
Yeah, it's a blacksmith's kind of car. I mean, it's a kind of car you're constantly fidgeting with and taking valves apart and decarbonizing them and cleaning them. And if you enjoy this type of thing, it's quite satisfying because you can actually fix it. They say with a steam car, it takes 5 minutes to fix it and 2 hours to cool it down. With a gas car, it takes 2 hours to fix it and 5 minutes to cool it down. So it's sort of
a trade-off.
Yeah.
But if you don't enjoy doing that stuff, Stanleys weren't necessarily the car to own.
No, then it would be a nightmare.
That would be a nightmare. Yes, that would be. And a Doble would be more the car you'd want to own.
Doble was the ultimate steam car, still is. No one has improved, I don't think, on that design. But while that's warming up, let me. See, now I'm gonna
leave it cook here, right?
I'm gonna let this cook. See, can you see the flame in there? See, what you want to do is you're waiting for this to heat up. These are your branch forks. That pilot is heating.
Oh yeah, I see it, and I can hear it.
Here's a good job for Dennis. Dennis, come on over here.
Yes, yes.
What you want to do is, see, once you got a Stanley going, you hand pump it up to about 120 pounds. Then once you're moving, the pumps will take over themselves. But
this is my job.
You seem like a bright industrious young man. Give it a shot.
I can do that.
I'll hit the men's room.
120, huh?
Yeah. Probably less than a gallon of that.
These sounds bother me.
You want to get a shot of me heating these branch forks? If that.
Now I'm at 140, Jay. Keep going, right?
It's good for you. I know you got the up and down action. It's the side action you got to get. It's not igniting. Not igniting. That kerosene might not be the freshest either. Quiet.
I need to get over this negative steam thing, huh?
Shut the fuel down. Shut the pilot off. Looks dramatic. Back off. Back off, wet. All right. Okay. Back off.
Did I mention mustache wax is flammable?
She wants to go. Oh, we got heat in the top? Yeah, okay, we got heat. You see, there's nothing to it.
Piece of cake. We have ignition?
I think we have ignition. Now you got to heat up 15 gallons of water. Virtually maintenance free. You'll be out of film before this starts. Yeah, we're getting pressure. It's a very dramatic race car.
Oh, absolutely.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. As Jay
120?
suited up for the ride, I must admit I felt a little underdressed and a little light on life insurance.
We're here about to die. Salute you.
You know, this thing is completely insane.
Huh?
This thing's insane.
Oh, it's hilarious, isn't it? Hear the steam being cut at each. Laughing at the wind. Oh, the bread.
The city streets just weren't cutting it for Jay, so we decided to get up on the Golden State Freeway. I couldn't believe it.
This is an awesome ride. I love this thing.
It's funny. Like driving your own coffin.
Don't say that.
And just like that, Jay handed over the wheel of this steam-powered piece of history.
Okay, first thing you want to do is close that lever down there. That's your. Okay.
Wait, close the
Try
valve.
to tighten the valve.
Okay, all right. Valve tightening.
I realize now why Jay loves these steam cars. I was all smiles after getting behind the wheel of this one.
Blow the whistle, reach down the chain, pull the chain.
By far the oldest car on the road today, the Stanley Steamer was such a rush. Awesome power, and all without the help of an internal combustion engine.
It's a very involving car.
It is. I mean,
And you know, the great thing about these things is you can have a tremendous amount of fun and scare yourself to death at legal speeds. You know what I mean? I mean, 60 miles an hour. Oh my God, look, that's the end of the
I'm
world.
gonna die.
Will we
I'm
be able
gonna
to
die.
breathe, you know?
you know,
What you call your stored energy.
it's
Now,
not.
we had 500 pounds, and that was just about, it was only 100 pounds of pressure. So it showed you how much is in there.
There's a lot in there.
Yeah, so you don't want to hit a tree.
It's not a little old lady's car either. I can't see Granny doing that. You know,
Well, actually, women like steamers because you just light them and then you know,
you'll have to
then
blow
they would
down
leave
part.
it to Grandpa to come
Yeah,
blow it
right,
down, I
right,
suppose. But and you still got more than enough to get you back in.
Ready? Got the board.
Finest board man I've ever used.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Well, that's it for our visit with Jay. What a ride. We always have such a blast, and I can't wait to see what he brings out for us next time.
And ready to fight another day.
So until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage. Happy motoring.